Hi friends, Anna Holub here, and I just wanted to continue on with, this is the second video that connects to the Q-tip video. Q-tip? Remember what Q-tip is? If you haven't seen that video, Q-tip stands for quit taking it personally. Such a great idea most of the time. But there's one or two times that it's not so great to Q-tip. Now, when would that be? Let's think about this. If we're always saying, hey, I'm not taking it personally, it has nothing to do with me, that's often good, especially if we're feeling insulted, we're feeling angry at somebody, they did something we don't like. Great. We have to remember that it's not personal. Those people are having a hard day, or they just did something, didn't even realize that they offended us. But when we don't want to be using Q-tip all the time, are things like if a friend comes to you and says, hey, I really need to talk to you about that conversation we had the other day, and I have some things to say about it, and it's affecting our friendship. Now, if somebody says that to you and you say, oh, I'm going to Q-tip, has nothing to do with me, well, you're going to lose the kernel of truth. What's the kernel of truth in what your friend has to tell you? Maybe it is about you sometimes. So we don't want to just do anything in a blanket way, like we're always going to be not taking it personally, because sometimes there are important lessons for us to get, like a lot actually. Our lives are mirrors of our minds. So if, for instance, you are always having trouble with your boss and you go from job to job to job and the boss is always terrible and you're complaining about the boss, well, guess what? Maybe, not maybe, definitely this has something to do with how you think about life and how you think about authority figures, and you're running something in your mind that does have to do with you. So in the places where your own life is not smooth, it's not peaceful, we can't Q-tip about that. We need to say, what is the kernel of truth here? What do I need to know? How can I understand myself better? How can I learn and grow? So what about you? Do you want to learn and grow? Do you want to understand yourself better? If so, you're going to need to know about Q-tip, quit taking it personally when it's not about you. But if it is about you, for instance, the kind of repetitive things that are not peaceful in your life, then find the kernel of truth. Look deeply within yourself. Ask for help if you need it. Ask the people around you humbly, hey, can I get some help here? I need some feedback from you. And hopefully there will be loving and kind feedback. But you know what? Even if it's not loving and kind, that part you Q-tip about, but you take the kernel of truth. What is it that they had to say that might actually be real and important for you to learn? So please let me know, how are you going to look for the kernel of truth in your life? I do this all the time. I don't want to over-process, and I'm not saying you should be like in your mind all the time trying to figure stuff out. Better to let it come to you naturally. Let it come to you as an intuitive thought, like, oh, right, huh. And then just take it in. See what you can learn from life showing itself to you. Life shows itself to all of us all the time. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Remember, Q-tip, quit taking it personally, and then combine it with getting the kernel of truth, and you will have two tools that will be with you for the rest of your life. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me know how you're going to use these tools in your own life, and please subscribe if you want more of this. Thanks, and have a great day.